Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. For those that are new, my name is Nelly. You know, cultural difference can affect a relationship in various ways. When you're planning to get married to someone, get to know their culture. It starts with your communication style, because when it comes to relationship, communication is one of the major key in a relationship. But when there's a cultural difference, then it becomes a problem, because different cultures may have different communication styles, such as direct or indirect communications or various way of expressing themselves. So it's very important to be honest and open about your feelings and your beliefs and expectations. Don't expect the other person to know how you feel when you haven't even told them, because this may lead to misunderstanding or even misinterpretation if not understood or addressed. Couple needs to navigate that by listening to each other and also asking questions. Don't be too quick by answering before you even hear what the other person is saying. This is a time when you have to get to understand how your partner communicates with you, or how you even communicate with each other. And also, it's very important to get to understand the family. Ask questions. Ask those questions that are only discussed behind doors, so that you can get to find out what you're getting yourself into. The next is conflict resolution. You know, some cultures prefer to be very aggressive when they communicate. It's their way of communication. And yet other cultures just prefer to be peaceful and, communicate in a very peaceful way. But that's when you need to understand the person that you're married to and their way of communication. Sometimes it's not even being they're too aggressive, it's just how they speak. So this is when you have to learn effective communication and resolution skills, how you can communicate with this person. Obviously, you're probably from two different backgrounds. He's high and you're low. So get to understand that, because those cultural differences can impact how you resolve conflicts. You both need to take your time to learn each other's cultural backgrounds or values so that you understand it. This can also help you to respect each other's beliefs and traditions, because once you understand each other's cultural differences, you'll respect it. Because sometimes you may do something and it's a taboo in their culture. This cultural difference may relate to how you're brought up, how you now socialize, or how you conduct yourself. Talk about those cultural traditions and customs around holidays, celebrations and rituals that needs to be conducted that you don't know about, and also about those daily practices that may differ between parties. Because some families have got those rituals that may not even sit well with you. So as a couple, you need to discuss this and negotiate with traditions that you are going to prioritize by incorporating both elements of your traditions into this relationship. Because remember, you're a family and you are beginning to do things according to what you prioritize for your family. Because there's some family rituals that you don't need to do if you don't feel comfortable in doing. This is your family. You can get to decide what you want to do and what you don't want to do. And the next, you need to talk about death, inheritance, and traditions. Because when it comes to some cultures, when the man dies, they don't care about the wife or the children. The uncles and the family will start taking everything. So if you don't have a will, then your wife and children are going to end up suffering, and tradition will take place. It is a sensitive topic, yes, especially if you are getting to know each other. Unfortunately, it cannot be avoided, especially if you're still new in your relationship. You're not thinking about that. But it has to be discussed anyway. Get your wife or get your husband to find out what is the cultural things that happens when you suddenly die. Because death is unpredictable. You can be married for a year and you die. This can cause a culture shock if you haven't spoken about it. Suddenly you're told to do things that you are not even aware of. Because most of the times these things come up when someone has died. Or maybe you're told to marry someone in the family in order to keep the family surname. I know there's some families that still do that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But talk about it. Discuss with your wife, because there's so many things that happen in families that gets to oppress the widow and leave them heartbroken. You are lying 6 feet down and you never told your wife all these things. And the next is to find common ground. Focus on the things that have common rather than the things that have differences. because this will help you create that unity in your relationship. Maybe just new traditions that honors both your backgrounds. And the next is family dynamics. When it comes to family expectations, they can vary across cultures, including attitudes towards marriage and parenting. You need to be open about your expectation when it comes to parenting, or how you both going to raise your children. In between that, have boundaries as well. That's why you have to have that open communication about your family background and expectations. Set boundaries. And also support each other by navigating those cultural differences, or maybe those conflicts that may rise with extended families, because that's going to happen. This is when you need to support each other. Sometimes education and awareness plays a big part in breaking those traditions, because there are things that you will not do when you are now educated, because it enhances your understanding of each other's differences. And that awareness helps you understand your partner better. And also get to understand their culture by reading books, or maybe watching a movie, or just engaging with one another through communication. And have this respect, because some people don't even have respect when it comes to people's culture. Even if those cultural beliefs are different from yours, it doesn't matter. Just like the thing of elders, when you see an elder, you need to respect them, because in some cultures you need to respect someone that's older than you, and you cannot call them by name. So discuss with your partner. These are just set of expectations that you need to speak with your partner. Don't assume they know, because maybe they don't do it in their culture. It may be challenging for them because they're not used to it. This goes back to communication, especially when you have to relocate and join your spouse, and the culture there is totally different from yours. This may bring some culture shock and unexpected issues, so discuss about that. Sometimes it's a good idea when you're in courtship, visit the family once in a while, especially if you're from different countries, so that they can get to find out and see if they would be able to cope with the culture or not. Don't just introduce them to your family after you've got married. I know sometimes it can be difficult to even travel because they're both trying to make money. You can't travel as often as you can. But even if that's not possible, get people from your country in your area, at least to teach you about your culture. You both need to find a way to make this work out. It's about finding balance and appreciating each other's cultures if you want this relationship to work. I know sometimes it may be difficult to accept some of the things, but when you love someone, sometimes you do compromise. So thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. God bless you.